Today's best music.
Magic 89.9.
Okay, well, you said something, that she would have to sing a song over and over and over. Is there a song, and if we can real talk this a little bit, Gary here, is there a song that you just, man, I can't sing Hataw Na one more time, man. I'm telling you, I can't sing that song one more time. Is there one of your big hits that you could do without maybe performing as often as you have to?
There were several hits that I would sit down with my team and we'd say, okay, let's work on a repertoire. What's this show? What do they want? No, sir, they want this one. This is the kind of show. This is the concept. Okay, let's come up with a song list. Not a repertoire, but just what songs can I do? And then it's the same song. I'm like, wait, can I do something? And that's why if you listen to, or if you've watched my concerts in the past, sometimes I'm doing the same song, but I purposely rearrange it.
Yes, I've seen that. Yes, I've seen it.
Change it so that when I come out there, it's like, oh, you didn't expect that, right?
Yeah.
Dramatically. It's not even just a little bit. You actually overhaul some of your most popular stuff just to kind of give it a little flavor.
And Hataw Na is one of them. Hataw Na, I've had to rearrange. Like, Shout for Joy is another one. Not that I'm tired of it, but I can't. That came out in the early 90s. Yeah. I couldn't have stuck to the same.
Right.
Hey,
glad you're here.
Exactly. That one. So I couldn't stick to that always. But then every once in a while you'd get letters from, well, at that time, like snail mail, and you'd have a whole school in South America where these kids are dancing to that same version from back in the day. And I'm like, oh, okay. So sometimes what I do is I tend to incorporate how it sounded back in the day and put it in the arrangement and then go into the new. And it becomes exciting for me because then it makes me look forward to the next performances for people who've never heard this new version. Sure. I'm okay with that. But I won't mention along the songs, okay? But
you already did.
I mean, not that I don't like the song.
But at the same time, you understand, though, Gary. If I paid for a Gary V ticket, and if I don't hear "Shout for Joy" when I'm out, I'm gonna be disappointed, right? I mean, because I love the song, and I mean. Even now, if you just decided to do it as however dated you may think it is, I would be pumped up right now if you thought about just doing it. Obviously, I know it's big production and whatnot, but you understand that element as a listener, as a viewer, as a fan, that if I'm going to go see you, I better hear some Shout for Joy. But does that carry over to the dancing as well? Because, for example, Hataw Na has a very distinct choreography. We all know it. I know it. We all know it, right? Do you ever go, you know what, I'm gonna incorporate a whoa here because that's Hataw Na. Whoa or anything? Do you ever?
I'd rather have somebody arrange the song to fit that move and make another artist do that move as well. But with me, I have to stick to. There's got to be a portion. You can change everything, but there's got to be one part where people go, "There it is. That's the one I remember." Yeah. Or they look at their daughters or their granddaughters and say, yan, maalala ko yan.
That's dancing. That's dancing.
Yeah, that was my move. Yeah. That's your mom.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's fall in love with me.
And many actually of the young ones, like the show I'm a part of has so many young artists, and sometimes they come up to me and say, "Sir, paano ba yun? How did you? Bakit parang iba?" And I tell him, it's not just about the move. It's about what it meant at that time and how it was developed at that time, because that step was actually developed a year and a half before the song came out.
Oh, nice.
I saw it, and my choreographer, his name is Uriel Policarpio, and I said, we were about to perform at the Universal Amphitheater, and he was moving backstage. And I said, "Pare, bro, what's that for?" Hindi, sir, I'm waiting lang for the right song to use it in. I said, gamitin na natin, let's use it now. No, sir, kasi, and he told me, it's not just a move, sir. It's got to be the attitude also.
Yeah. There is a swag, which the word wouldn't exist back then, but there is a thing to it. So
when he did Hataw Na, when he actually first choreographed it, and I saw it, I said, "There's the move," but it looked amazing. It didn't look like the way we do it now, nor the way he did it when he first showed it to me. When I first accidentally saw it, he got the song. It became so much a part of him, and then he started going for it, and then it just kind of overflowed to all of us as dancers. And up to now, You know, people wait for it. You know, when I'm
yeah, hell yeah.
No matter what the song sounds, no matter how much it's been rearranged, people wait for that one moment that I move that way. Of course, with me, at my age, it's like my tongue wants to go all the way down to the ground. It's like, okay.
Yeah, that was my next question, Gary. Do you still kill it? Do you still kill the move, or is it, is it getting harder? Or are you better? Maybe because you've done it a million times. Like, where are you at in your dancing on the moves that you've been?
It's gotten harder. In fact, I'm already thinking of, it's time to kind of slow down now.
Be a balladeer forever. Just all
either that or just come up with, some minimal, moves, but still in time with the beat and still will get people to go, oh, okay, he can still do it. But I never want to get to the point where people are watching me and the comment is, pero parang hindi na niya kaya, no? Dapat mag-slow down na siya.
I watched you.
I don't like
the last time I watched you. No, I saw you still were really pushing it. The last time I saw you perform, I don't know when that was.
About 15 years ago.
No. It was the first time you performed after you came back from.
Yeah.
Right, and you were still. I mean, Tita Angeli was there, and she was like, "I don't know if you should do this," but you're out there and you were doing it. Didn't lose a step. Though you're probably after your.
Really, I was. But
as a fan,
easy.
No.
You're at the show sometimes as a host, and you introduce me, and you see how the crowds react.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're watching, and they're waiting to see can he still do it.
Yeah.
So even if I may not be able to push like from beginning to end, there is a portion where I can really push and say, okay.
Even if you do the little movement and then you go boom, and then that's it. You just got to give them one little bam.
No, do the things that we always do as Pinoys, diba? If we're just kind of tired, right? You just go to the crowd and shake hands while your dancers in the background doing the move. You just do one and then go on. So yeah, let's hear you sing it.
Last 2 years ago in 2019, up to 2020, early 2020, I was able to visit different universities, about 33 of them, and just share my life. It was called face-to-face, a face-to-face encounter with me, so that they don't read what I'm trying to say and interpret it based on what they think, how I said my post or my message. So I went to every university, and of course, many of them have never watched me. They've only heard. So they're like, "Sir, hataw naman dyan." And I said, well, so I would once in a while come up and I'd do the song, but it's very intimate. It's a classroom setting of 150 students only. I'm using a -1 with, very minimal setup. But man, the experience of, and then they see me and I'm like, okay na. Sir, more. Tawa na. Kayo naman. But the way you guys are reacting, that's how it was for every university, whether it was a public university or private. It was something that I'm hoping to revive when the better normal begins.
It's so endearing to hear you talk about it, though. But it's so real, because I mean, we're all getting older, and we all know that you dance harder than any one of us in this room, and any one of those college students, for sure. So when we hear this room here, and probably everyone listening right now, you talk about, let's say, where the dance came from, where it is now, you performing now, and then the stories behind it. It's so, I think it's a super surreal experience just to hear that, because it's almost like you're letting us inside.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on, yeah.
And there's a lot of things that I will be, letting people into. Should this whole pandemic thing continue, I'll let you in on a plan, okay? We were thinking of coming up with a series of 4 concerts. So you subscribe, you get you watch the 4 concerts, and the 5th would be my big one. As in like a pure energy kind of concert thingy. Hopefully by that time we can now begin to gather, So, but if that doesn't happen, there's a series of 4 shows, and it's called Live and Raw, and it's just me being me, me doing the songs. There's a concept per show. And so
this is online, Gary. Is that what it is? 4 online, and then 5th we're hoping to be.
Hoping would be the big one.
I thought you were doing that with us.
Huh?
You're supposed to do that with us.
Which one? The big one?
No, what those for?
Well,
we're meeting your team today.
You guys are going to have to be a part of it somehow. No, because nice. I was talking, and Paolo is going to be my director, and we were like right online. We were like on point with how we're going to treat it. Okay, how do we conceptualize each show so that it's different, so people will always want to come back, because it's a different show all the time. And that was supposed to happen earlier this year, but then the lockdowns happened and people were not into things like that. So, if not, I travel to the US in September, and I do my tour, the tour I was supposed to do last year.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, because things are normalized. I mean, I don't know if you know, if Tito Gel has shared with you, but I live here now in the US, Gary. So, and things are starting to, I would say, quote unquote, normalize to a certain extent. So I think we're starving, thirsty, whatever it is you want to use the word for live music again. The Filipino community, of course, very, very much, kind of energetic about that. If you came here, man, I know it's going to be a hit, and I for one would love to.
I have no idea how I'm going to react once I feel being on stage again and seeing the audience there. I already have ideas as to how it's going to be scored, how it's going to be presented, how it's going to be, but we'll see. And I'm excited.